All right, welcome back to E2W Coast Sports. We are talking Warriors here, talking standings ramifications on the Warriors' loss to Minnesota and the Minnesota Timberwolves winning against Sacramento last night. So let's jump right into it. Man, the Warriors losing that one game just puts them right back in the mix of play-in or 4, 5, and 6. It could go either way, which is just crazy. So let's just talk about that ramification of losing to Minnesota. So first things first is they drop in the standings as far as just win-loss record. So that was one, right? Didn't get a win when they needed a win. 2, they lost the tiebreaker to Minnesota. I guess that's based off of the Western Conference win-loss record itself. It's not necessarily just how many games did Warriors win against Minnesota. It's just the whole Western Conference. So they lose the tiebreaker there. Speaking of that, they actually lose the tiebreaker between the Clippers and the Suns, and I think the Pelicans too, unless they win tonight. So we have 5 more games in the West. So it is possible for the Warriors to actually get a tiebreaker win against some of those teams, but they're going to have to win out in the West. It just isn't good right now. Because of the loss and because Minnesota won last night against Sacramento, Warriors are currently in 7th place right now. And we are facing a Pelicans team, which should be a win, but they are on a 5-game win streak themselves. So nothing can be taken for granted here against the Warriors. They need a win tonight and Friday just before they go on the road again. Got to get these 2 home wins here. Let's talk a little Steph Curry. Steph Curry has actually been in a little bit of a slump lately. I believe starting after the Clippers loss, he's only been shooting 33% from 3, so you figure he is due for a big game. You know, just law of averages, an 8 to 10 3-point game, a 40-piece, something like that, where he can just really get going, take over the game, potentially rest in the 4th. We haven't seen that in a while. The other thing, too, is just going to be getting GP2 back, another game under his. He's going to get back into game shape, and we're going to see his impact. I think we're going to see his impact on defense. Really the biggest takeaway from the Minnesota loss was we held them under 100 points too. Even though they shot, I believe, 43%, 44% from 3, they had a really good overall team average from 3. We still held them under 100 points for the game. So that is a good takeaway. I think my prediction, just moving forward, is we are going to get that 6th seed. We have a pretty relatively easy schedule the rest of the season. So I think we're going to win 80% of those games or more. And if we are able to do that, then I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get that, 6th seed. Best case scenario is probably a 5th seed. I don't know if a 4th seed is even possible. I think it's technically possible, but I think with the other teams who are in front of us, it's just very unlikely. So let's just, again, shoot to get out of the play-in tournament, get that 6th seed or 5th seed or whatever, and just go from there. All right, quick take. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe.